What is up, guys? Welcome back to another review. I am super excited to show you guys the LPZZ Arkham Knight Batman. Man, this is going to be an insane video. The size comparisons are going to be insane. I took out like almost all of my DC figures to just go crazy in this video, okay? So this is the cardboard box that he comes in. Just a quick look before we open him up. You see it's just like the normal box. It's just a cardboard box. And under here is the actual figure. So let's get this opened up. Guys, look at this scrumptious box. Look at this scrumptious box. This box has to be one of the best boxes I have, like, ever. It just looks so good. This is the Batman Arkham Knight. And you just got like him in the ring, just aura farming right there. Just, I guess it's like an authenticity sticker or whatever, but I'm so excited for this figure. I'm just gonna skip all of this unboxing and let me just like rip the plastic off, and then I'll show you guys me opening the box. Sadly, my box did come with some scuffs some places, but man, look at that reflection off the Batman logo. Sheesh, look at that, Okay, I'm just so excited, man. This is like one of my most anticipated figures of the year, and I've heard so many good things about it, so I'm just so excited, and I hope you guys are excited to get this reviewed, because man, I got so many figures. I unboxed literally like 3 figures I haven't reviewed yet, specifically for this video, and I almost unboxed like a 4th one. Then I was like, all right, let me chill. I already got enough for this review. So ooh, damn, I'm kind of scared to open this. Is it? Oh, look, and it even has like a door here to see the figure. That's cool. That's not common. I think NECA's like one of the only companies I see do that still. So, we get a stand. Like, that's awesome sauce. We get a stand right there. Here's the figure. The first impressions. He looks a little funny right now because he's like on his plastic, and like this cape. Oh my goodness, the material is so nice. Does have like a little scuff right here in the back of the head. Nothing too crazy, right? Nothing too crazy. And yeah, it looks great. I mean, once you open the cape and start playing with it, it looks a little funny because his arms are like out. But I wonder, can you move this up? Yeah, there you go. That's why he was looking funny, because of the shoulder pads. Look at that. Look at that. And he's also kind of like leaned over right now. But here's your first impressions. Look at the boobs. The boobs look great. The belt looks great. Chest piece. Like, this is like the best detail right here. Is like the chest piece. And like the great sculpting they did here. The materials are so nice. So much better than the Rebel Tech. The Rebel Tech is a piece of trash, okay? I had the Rebel Tech. The shoulder piece snapped off, and I got rid of it for $60. I do not recommend the Rebel Tech Batman. This is peakness right here, right? But let's not glaze too much. We also got to, objectively review this figure. So let's get this plastic out and get into the articulation. All right, so here we got the figure, right? We got the head articulation going down. Wow. Wow, seriously, wow. Great head movement. Down. Going up, not so much, right? It kind of just stops right there because of the collar piece. You do get some side to side. Do note this is soft plastic, so do be careful with that. We do have a bicep swivel that is very, very smooth. Double jointed elbows that go above the Mafex. I haven't seen a Mafex hit this. I tried to do this with the Andrew, and it didn't go this high. Now for the butterfly joint. I don't know if it stops right there, or if it's because like I gotta mess around with the chest piece a little bit. Like, I see like the chest piece is like flimsy. I don't know if that's because it moves, but I do see like this is the butterfly joint here, of course, right? Yes, you do have to lower the shoulder pads a bit to get more range on the butterfly, as you can see. I don't know exactly how the chest works here. Like, I do see like there's pieces like moving, but like you see like it's coming out. I don't really know how that works. And I don't really want to mess around with it without reading the instruction manual, right? So I don't really know why it's like that. Pretty decent ab crunch going forward. I'm very surprised that this actually bends, because this is a very nice material right here. Like, this material right here in the abdomen is really, really nice. So it doesn't seem to be scratching at all either. It looks like it extends and it overlaps here and it goes over. Side to side. pretty hindered, to be honest. Not too much side to side, you know, left and right. I don't know why this is sticking out, but I'll figure it out. And then kicking up, you do have the belt that can move. It's really good range, honestly, for Arkham Batman. And then you got the double jointed knee right here. So great range there. You can try kicking out. It does go out like he can do a split. So it's pretty high. It's a lot of range. And it is a drop down too. I just noticed that. For T-pose, he does go above the T-pose. I didn't get to mention that. Slightly above the T-pose, but then the shoulder pad restricts it. You do have to be careful. Make sure you drop down the shoulder pads if you're going to be doing extended range. It does have like a couple like scratch right here on the shoulder pad, just a little bit. Not too much. But man, he's looking phenomenal. Look, he is a little flimsy. Maybe because I didn't put the legs back up. Like, look, he's like flipping around a little bit. I don't know if he's meant to do that. You see how it's kind of like flopping from one leg to another? It's actually the legs right here. So I don't know if it's because I didn't push both legs in properly or... There you go. So actually, I did hear about that. I think when you drop one down, it kind of does that. You have to push both legs in together in order for it to like not do that flippy floppy thing, right? We have this ankle right here where, I mean, it's kind of tight right now, but apparently like I saw like it drops down or something, but it goes down this much and then up that much. I saw someone like do something crazy with it where he was able to get a lot of range out of it, but I don't want to, you know, mess around him too much because I don't know how this works. Oh, there you go. Like you can like drop it down kind of, which is pretty crazy. So it's like a drop down ankle, I think, something like that. You see, it's doing the flippy floppy thing again. You gotta just like push both of the legs back in. But now the details on this guy is crazy. The articulation on this guy is crazy. He does have a thigh swivel as well. But in terms of cape and wiring, 2 on the left side, 2 on the right side, 1 in the middle. I believe, yeah, 1 in the middle. Yep. And then as you can see, if you like stretch out the cape, it's like a bat logo. It's a bat logo in a different material. And then the rest is like, but yeah, you see like the gauntlets, like not really worried about them breaking off. So the knuckles like painted on there really nicely. Chest piece looking really nice there. I'm not sure what this whole like floppy thing is here. I guess it's to like increase the articulation, but like I don't know how to snap it in place. What does look a little weird is the shoulder pads. I mean, I know when you lift it up it looks nicer, but I know a lot of people were complaining about how it's not accurate the way that the cape is on here. I think this is a better design when compared to the Rebel Tech. You don't want the thing snapping off. You really do not want these shoulder pads snapping off. And if it, you know, requires a sacrifice to be made where the cape is here and like attached here, I think you just got to do it for the design of the figure. Just for the design of the figure, you don't want to have the issue with the Rebel Tech where this is snapping off because the cape is under the shoulder pad. You don't want that. And we didn't really talk about the head sculpt here, but the head sculpt looks pretty good. I know some people were saying that it looks funny. I mean, I know the eyes look a little like creepy. It looks like he's staring into like nothingness. You can actually move the eyes so it looks like detective eyes and the white, if you know what I mean. So you can change that if you'd like. It comes with 2 line launchers. I think that's what they're called. Don't kill me with the accessory names because I don't really remember their names. It comes with 2 of these. I'm assuming 1 for each hand, left and right hand. It comes with 5 pairs of hands. So you got the open hands. You could use these for throwing batarangs. As you can see, the silver is painted nicely on there for the knuckles. You got these holding hands, probably for one of the accessories that he has. You got another open hand, assuming for another weapon as well. Looks like a trigger finger. So if you want to have Batman with a gun or something, I guess you can. Pretty much all the hands you'd need for Batman, right? And then he has like this open kind of grabbing hand, but not really grabbing hand. This figure actually does come with the unmasked. So to like the actual mask itself, which is a great addition to this figure. And as you can see, like it's opened up, like similar to how it is in the game when it opens and closes in Arkham Knight. So that's really, really cool. Really nice to see that here. It comes with this weird thingy, mabob. I don't really remember what this is. I don't know if this is the gadget that like disrupts technology or something like that. Can't remember too well. He does come with the explosive gel. Some of these look pretty basic, but I mean, I don't really need it to look all fancy either. The grapple gun here. But honestly, this is like all I need, you know? Yeah, the batarangs don't feel flimsy. It doesn't feel like I could just snap it in half unless I actually tried to, of course. But here is the normal batarang, and it comes with 2 of these. Pretty sharp here, actually, so be careful. Then we got the unmasked head sculpt, which Revoltech did not do, and even if they did, it would have looked like some weird anime thing. This actually looks like Bruce Wayne from the video game, and this head sculpt is actually really, really good. One of the best head sculpts that we've gotten, on par with the in-art. Maybe not as good as in-art, but this is a solid head sculpt right here, guys. Look at that. Look at that likeness to a video game Bruce Wayne. Crazy. Pretty crazy. And then this is like the voice synthesizer, I believe. And if it's not the voice synthesizer, it's the hacking device, but I think it's the voice synthesizer. I don't even know what I'm yapping about, but I hope that these are the gadgets that I remember from the game that I'm actually describing. If not, I am sure you guys know what I'm talking about anyways. And lastly, we get the Arkham Knight base, which looks really cool. It says Arkham Knight here in the words. And you can put a stand here and keep him up. Really nice. Really, really nice. And this is going to be a really great addition to your displays. And then we get all these batarangs. So we get the green batarang. If you guys remember, the green batarang speeds up, right? So it speeds up when you remote control the batarang. You got the red batarang, which is to slow it down. You got the blue batarang, which I think is just normal. Like when you're controlling it. I can't remember. Oh, it's reverse. It's when you reverse. You get the ice grenade thing that freezes stuff. Really cool. And lastly, you actually get an additional faceplate for when he's fighting that looks angry. Instead of having to buy an exclusive edition for Revoltech faceplate, you get an unmasked head sculpt, an additional faceplate, and then the neutral face. Very solid right here. Very solid, guys. No complaints from me, and it looks really good as well. So as you can see, you get the complete package of Arkham Batman here. So many accessories. Very good looking head sculpt. Honestly, very, very impressed with the amount of things that we get for this guy. And for the price that we get him for. This is honestly like Revoltech level of accessories. And if you compare it to the Revoltech Batman that we got, it's actually way better. Let's get into the size comparison now. And here is, this is about to be a blast, guys. This is going to be the best size comparison I have ever done in any of my videos. So are you ready? We have first up the Revoltech Deathstroke. They all look a little funny because some of them just got unboxed. Alright, so we have the Revoltech Deathstroke and the Arkham Batman. We have the Mafex Poison Ivy. She's not standing straight, but you get the point. Mafex Poison Ivy scales well with the Arkham Batman. Revoltech Deathstroke. Now we're going to go into the Mafex Scarecrow right here. Scaling very good again. Now let's take Poison Ivy out. And we got the Revoltech Joker, one of the figures that I told you that I unboxed specifically for this video. So scale is pretty nice there. Again, they may not look too good together because one is like more anime comic-ish and the other one is a video game figure. So this is size comparison Joker from Revoltech, LPZZ Batman, Mafex Scarecrow, right? Now we got the Mezco Robin here. Scaling really nice there with the Batman. And honestly, if it weren't for his head being so big, I think they would actually look pretty decent together. His head is a little too big. And also, soft goods, you know, sometimes can look a little different or weird in other figures. And put his girl, Harley. so we got the Robotech Harley here next to the LPZZ Batman, and I think they look pretty good together as well. In my opinion, they look solid. Let's take out Robin and let's put Soups. So we got the Hush Superman here next to the LPZZ Batman. Decent size comparison, a little bit short. I don't know how that comically is supposed to be in terms of height, but again, this is from a comic opposed to a video game figure, so looking a little different there. I think the Harley scale as well, but instead of Harley, let's actually get a figure that's from the same game now, which is the Robotech Catwoman here, which I always have difficulty getting her to stand. Honestly, one of the worst things about the Catwoman is trying to get her to stand up. So in terms of like Robotech Catwoman and LPZZ Batman, her skin tone is a little weird, but honestly, in terms of design and texture and overall figures, I think they actually go well together. If it weren't for her looking a little bit too yellow in terms of color palette, I think, you know, if their skin tone was a little bit more I guess similar. So let's remove Superman now and actually get another figure from the same game, and that is the Robotech Arkham Knight. And this is another figure that I actually unboxed specifically for the size comparison, and man, is this a great combination right here. The Robotech Arkham Knight with the LPZZ Batman, they look phenomenal together. I think this actually goes very well. I love this right here. And let's remove Catwoman, and I actually have one last figure for the size comparison, and that is the Hush Nightwing right here. And again, they look great together. It looks decent, but again, one is from a comic, one is not from a comic. And if I show you his head sculpt, you'll see what I mean. There you get the, you know, different colors in the skin, different textures, different paint. So, you know, it's up to your discretion whether you would like to pose him next to comic figures, but I think, man, this right here works very well. I might actually get them by themselves real quick. You just can't tell me that this doesn't work. You can't tell me it doesn't work. He's so much taller than him. He's looking down on Jason. This is literally what it's like in the game. He's looking down on him. He's like, yo, I'm the big dog here. Like, who do you think you are, right? Like, this is perfect. Jason's looking up to him. I literally have to move Arkham Batman's head sculpt downwards to look at Jason. This is literally perfect size comparison right here between these two, and they look great in front of each other. Even from different companies, I think this is the definitive Arkham Knight, and this is the definitive Arkham Batman. Perfect. This is my thumbnail. This is perfect. This was a great idea to unbox Jason and put him here. And can you imagine his Red Hood version, how much better? So I think this is where I talk about my final thoughts. And I just gotta say, this guy is loaded with accessories, 10 out of 10 accessories. Maybe they could have, you know, made them a little bit more detailed in terms of like the material they use, but they're hefty, they're painted well, and I think it's enough. It's way more than what Robotech gave us, so no complaints there. A lot of hands, a lot of accessories, a lot of gadgets, an unmasked head sculpt, a swappable faceplate that you don't have to have an exclusive bonus piece for. Man, the cape is nice. It may not be accurate because of the logo in the back, but they did their own little spin on it, made it look cool. It's got a bat on the cape. It's got 5 wires. No excuses that you can't pose the cape. I've seen so many fire poses with this cape. The cape is nice. You know, the textures on the body, the plastic, you know, everything that they used to design this figure, it's like perfect. The only thing that I could say is maybe in some areas around the shoulder, it is a little gappy-ish. You can just move the butterfly joint inwards to make it look a little like, you know, contained, if you know what I mean. The shoulder area is a little stretched out because they wanted you to be able to use that butterfly a little bit more. And in terms of like the ankles, there's a lot of good range in the ankles. You can like move it back and forth to get range out of it. Like you can pull it down, not down, but you can move it up and you can move it behind the shin guard. You know, you got amazing articulation in the legs. Some poses that Arkham Batman does hit in the game that a figure can very rarely capture with this much muscle, with this much armor padding. The Robotech, in order to get leg kicks, you got to swivel it out to the side and start messing around with it. And even then, the Robotech will probably pop out in the leg before it even hits any of the articulation points that this LPZZ does. And I know it sounds like I'm glazing, and I know it sounds like I'm biased, but I'm telling you, there are some flaws in this figure. For example, the cape not being accurate, you know? And like the shoulders being a little spaced out, right? There are some things that there are, like, you can consider some things here flawed. Also, right here on the bottom left, if you can see where the elbow joint is, there's like a little gap there in the muscle, because like they try to like make the bicep muscle, and then it's like enough space so he can curve his arm up. I personally am okay with that. It's grown on me. For other people, it may look like there's a gap in his muscle there, or like something weird going on there. There definitely is a gap, especially when you look at it from the front. I don't mind it. I'm just pointing out these small little things so that you're conscious of it, that you're aware of it, and you can decide whether you like it or not, right? And the cape obviously not being accurate, I already covered that, but also the cape kind of being tied down to the neck rather than under the shoulder pad. And then it leaves like this kind of empty space right here, right? You can pose the cape around. I didn't pose the cape in this video because I wanted to keep it basic. I wanted to show you the figure. I wanted to review the figure. But, you know, you can kind of cover these areas of the shoulder with the cape. The belt can move just like the Rebel Tech. It's soft plastic. If you got to kick your leg up, you can kick the leg up and move it to the side. I'm trying to think like what else anybody can say that's bad about this figure. Like, it's genuinely got some crazy articulation, and I just noticed it has toe joints as well that I did not mention. What more can you want? You got everything here. Great articulation, great accessories, great sculpt, great design, and a phenomenal unmasked head sculpt that I was skeptical about. The eyes look a little wonky. You can move them around, or you can even go straight detective vision. I'm ending the video right there. Peak figure, highly recommend. Close 9 to 10 out of 10 figure for me, in my opinion. It's great. Go pick it up if you can. If you can find it somewhere, and if you can't, I'm sorry. It's sold out in the place that I got it from. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on this figure. Let me know your thoughts on the size comparisons that I showed you with the comic figures, with the video game figures, with all the figures that I showed you. I literally took out my entire DC lineup just to show you. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace out.